everyone, Scott, and I'm back with another Corvette video. Today's going to be an unboxing and an install. And if you're like me and you bought your C5 used, you might have had some interior issues. My FRC is a 99, and so being 20 years old, the interior was in pretty decent shape, but there were some things that needed to be changed out. And so far, I've changed the shift boot and the e-brake boot, and I've also changed out the center console. Mine was cracked when I got the car. I actually have new seats on order. They'll be here in a few weeks, and I'll do a whole unboxing and install of those when they get here. And let me just show you what I've done so far. I talked about buying new seats here. My seats actually are not in too bad shape for a 99 for 20 years. There's no rips in them, and they look pretty good. They look pretty good, but I'm changing the seats out just because I want something a little bit different. Now, you might get a hint on those seats when you look at the e-brake boot and the shift boot with the red stitching. So there is a company that sells seats with red stitching that are fairly affordable. Comment below if you think you've got a good guess at which seats that I ordered. Now you can see my center console here. This is all new. I had a big crack. There was a crack like right in here on my original one. And so there's something that I ordered that came in today, and let's check it out. So I ordered this on eBay, and it comes to us from Contemporary Corvette. And from what I understand, this is a fairly common wear item, or commonly replaced item in a C5. Let me just set the camera down here so that I've got some more hands to work with. I'm not actually sure how this thing was taped up. Yes, new visors. My current visors are atrocious, and I'll show you them once I get them out. Mine suffer from the floppy ends, and they're just so dirty. This is nice. These are nice and clean. I tried to find them without the sticker on them, but I couldn't find them for a decent price without the sticker, so I went with the sticker. So let's jump in and let's get my old ones out and put the new ones in. You need to get a screwdriver in there and use the arm of, let's see if I can do it this way, as leverage. Now I kind of cheated because I got it a little loose before I started filming. Yeah, there you go. And there it is. It's out. And now I've got to take out the connector, wherever that is. Sorry guys. You take out the connector there and replace the visor. So I am going to pause for a second here until I get that connector off, and then I'll be right back. There's nothing too overly exciting about sun visors, but I just got the passenger side original one out, and I just wanted to show you a quick comparison between the two. First thing you'll notice is this one's got a floppy ear, and I don't know if you saw that, but I just flopped it, and so much dust just flew out of this thing. It's pretty gross. No floppy ear here. You'll see that the mirror is a little bit wider on the original, and there's some kind of, I don't even know what that is on the mirror. The mirror on the new one is obviously clean, not as wide, but also look at the color. I don't know if this is coming up on the camera or not. This one's a little lighter. So the new ones are a little lighter than the old one. Same connector, so I shouldn't have any trouble putting it back in. And let's go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, back in the car here. I'm about to connect the new mirror, or I'm sorry, new visor. And the connector seems to be the right one. There we go, clicked in. Lights are working, and you can see that instead of the old small incandescent bulbs, we have LEDs in these now, so that's nice. Nice little upgrade. I'm gonna push the wires back up in here. They were fished up there pretty high when I first removed the old one, so we'll see if I can do that again, because otherwise you're not going to be able to get this post in the hole. So far, that's been the most challenging thing about this, is getting that up and out of the way. And I believe we just kind of step this in reverse. There we go. I didn't quite get it. I wonder if I'm going to need the screwdriver again. There we go. Did you hear that snap? All right, new visor's in. Beautiful. Man, that old one was such an eyesore. It's nice to see here, to see if we can get some more light. And you know what? It actually matches the headliner quite well, I must say. It's a little stiff to get down, but it, yeah, definitely fits nice. Okay, we're gonna come around to the driver's side and do that one, and yeah, we'll get back to you. All right, now we're over here on the driver's side, and we'll see if we can get this one out and the new one in a little quicker. You can see my floppy ear and just the dust that's coming out of that thing. So there we go. What's funny about doing this type of an upgrade is that it's the kind that you really only ever do one time, at least to the same car. And so you learn the technique in order to do it, and then you really only need to do it once, unless you're helping a buddy or something out. Now I'm running into the same issue as I did on the other side with the connector. It is really, I mean really up in there. And so it's just gonna take some effort to get it fished out of this hole. There we go. All right. I just get this little screwdriver under the tab here. And then this old clip should pull right out. And that was the point at which it should have pulled out. Let's try that again. There we go. All right, say goodbye to the old floppy dog ear. And say hello to a nice, new, clean one. And we'll hook it back up and test the LEDs. Yep, they're working. unfortunately, neither of the lights are working now. I wonder why. Maybe that's because maybe the key timed out. All right, so I think you can see that. When I was putting it back in, I was a little too rough, I guess, and I broke the wire. So I'm gonna have to do a little electrical repair here before I put the mirror back in. All right, well, just a few comments on this install. I finished up with both visors, and it actually turned out to be a little bit more work than I was hoping for. The biggest issue was on the driver's side when I was putting everything back together. I guess the way I was pushing the clip back in and the wiring, I ended up breaking one of the little wires. So in doing so, I blew a fuse, and I had to get my soldering iron out and fix things up, which I did. This was one of those jobs where, you know, you think 20 minutes you're going to be in and out, and everything's going to be good to go, but this actually took about an hour. I had to figure out which fuse was blown, and then I had to find the spare fuses, which were under the hood, to replace the fuse that was blown. And once I replaced the fuse and soldered everything up and put everything back in, we're good to go now. So new visors. Let me see if I can get some light up here so you can maybe see. We've got a new passenger and new driver's side visor. A comment I'll make about these visors in general is that the lights are LED. They're super bright, and now I feel like I'm gonna have to upgrade all the other lights in the car with LEDs now. So that was the one that was giving me problems. It's working now, and we're good to go. One other thing I'll mention is typically when I do an upgrade or replace an item, I'll hang on to the old ones, you know, just in case. These old visors, I'm not really sure I'm gonna hang on to these because they're in such bad shape. I'm not really sure what I would use them for. So if anybody wants my old visors, before I throw them out, maybe you want to do a study on whatever this orange dust that's coming out of this thing every time I flip that, and I'm not really sure what the heck that stuff is, but anyway, there you go, another install on the C5 Corvette. All right, that's it for today. See you next time.